Good morning. Happy Monday. Hello, Facebook friends. What's the mindset that you're bringing to work today? Okay, last week we talked about dreaming and we asked ourselves, have we forgotten to dream? Well, I had so many interesting conversations last week that I wanted to come back and continue the conversation and maybe take the topic of dreaming up a notch. So last week when I was getting ready to do the post, I started chatting with my husband Rick about my idea for the theme. And I asked him, I said, what are your dreams? And it was so interesting because his responses were not dreaming. His responses were like financial stuff. And I know that as, the man of the house, he feels responsible for that. But I said, no, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about dreaming and thinking about possibilities and what could be. And it was so interesting because we had to have a little conversation and set some ground rules. And he goes, you mean fantasizing? And I said, well, we can use whatever word you want to use. And then we went on to have the most interesting conversation because in his mind he had to have a disclaimer. Okay, if money were no object, then, and y'all, it was so cool because he started sharing his thoughts and his dreams, and I could actually see him thinking and visualizing in his mind's eye, his dreams, and his whole body just relaxed. And for the next few minutes, we shared and had the most intimate conversation, and it was just so cool. It just reminded me we need to dream. And then that weekend, I had gone to a girls' weekend retreat, and I brought up the conversation again about dreaming, and I asked, what are your dreams? And it was interesting because we had a group of women there, and someone said, I just don't think like that. Like, I don't dream. And I said, why not? Well, I don't know. And as we dug a little bit more and talked about it, it was like maybe not feeling deserving or maybe not good enough. And so I said, okay, well, let's just remove all the limits. Let's not place any limitations on our thinking. And let's just have fun for a minute and let's dream. And no what ifs, must haves, or shoulds. What do you want? What do you want that you don't have? And we had the most fascinating conversation. It was so cool because with the support of each other, little by little, we started sharing our dreams. And then we got more, we crystallized our thoughts as we shared, and we clarified, and we helped each other crystallize their thinking. And it was just so cool and fascinating to know that we wanted to support each other. And that was a moment, and that was an experience that we'll always have together. And so give yourself permission to dream. It's okay. We need to dream. We need to think beyond the day-to-day and our responsibilities. And when you do that, it takes you to that happy place. And it's physically good for you. I can see it as people start thinking about dreaming. It's almost like this physical release of happiness. And it takes us to a place that we need to be. And another way that you can start dreaming is to get inspiration. And you can get inspiration from people or ideas. And so surround yourself with people who have done what you want to do or who have what you want to have, and use them to inspire you to have more and be more and do more. You know, there's inspiration all around us. And recently when I was in Arizona visiting, I was around some family members. And this is an example of how you can get inspired. One nephew, he has already been recognized as one of Forbes 30 under 30 for companies he's building. And it's so fascinating to hear his dreams and how he wants to make an impact on the world. And then a niece who's a teacher and so passionate about education. And she found a small town in Italy that is doing some great things on a topic that she's really passionate about. And she was able to pull together a grant to take some of her peers, and they're all going to Italy to learn about these best practices in this particular topic that she's so passionate about. And then her physician husband was training for a 50-mile run, a race. And I'm thinking, I've done a couple of marathons, and I thought like that was the biggest I could ever dream or think. But it made me realize I need to stretch my thinking. I need to think bigger. And so get around people that are doing things that are exciting. And, the other thing you can do is you can find ideas. Used to be we would do dream boards. I love dream boards. We'd pull out photos from a magazine that would inspire us and take us away, and we think about that possibility thinking. And now you can surf the web and you can get great ideas that can help you. It's just so important. And what I've noticed and what I learned this week as I was sharing these conversations is this is physically good for us. So get someone who believes in you, someone who will support your dreams. Borrowed belief helps push us to do more. When somebody else believes in us and tells us we can do it and they support us, it makes us feel invincible. It makes us want to try. It makes us dream. And so that's my message for this week. What do you want? What do you dream about that's going to give you what you've never had before? And who's going to support your dream? And I just want you to have that possibility thinking because it's so good for you. All right, y'all go out and make it a great week.